Welcome to PAMA's Curators in Conversation, where we aim to illuminate the thinking behind the curatorial thesis of a given exhibition. I'm Sharona Adamowitz-Clemens, Curator of Art and the host of this program. And today's guest is Jacqueline Melosh, Curator of the exhibition Power Play, Hockey in Contemporary Art. Power Play brings together 13 contemporary artists and one hockey player, all of whom are Canadian or who have made Canada their home and who consider hockey as a vehicle through which to posit questions around race, gender, and the politics of exclusivity within the sport. Hockey, it seems, is much more than a leisure activity or a favorite national sport. It refers to the social, political, and economic tensions that underline our national identity and collective norms of conduct. Through a variety of artistic media, from photography and paintings to sculptures and objects of material culture, the exhibition is rich with imagery that makes us question what it is we think we know about hockey. So we know there's another artist in the exhibition, Lis Flat. She's Hamilton-based artist, right? She's based in Hamilton. She has two works in the show, which she created using what I would say a very unconventional technique for applying paint on painting support. And that, again, references back to some extent the act of abstract expressionism, the gestural application of the paint. But in her way, I mean, she adds another layer altogether in her unusual, unconventional technique, which I will let you explain. So yeah, could you elaborate a little bit more on what it is that she's doing?
Absolutely. So Lis Platt is a hockey player and an artist and a scholar. And what she's bringing to these particular works in the spirit of performance, of the performative, her way of making marks on the surface are through slap shots. So Lis was born in the U.S., is an American who is a permanent resident in Canada and has been living in Canada and teaching in Hamilton for decades. But certainly growing up and her formative training within fine arts was in the U.S. And so very cognizant and influenced by the American abstract expressionists, the heroes on the American side. So whether it be Jackson Pollock or Barnett Newman or Franz Kline, Lis Platt is questioning that again, that heroicization of the body and its legacy and the impact of that legacy. And so in a way to counteract that, she's taken a very physical approach to, okay, well, traces can be left behind, traces can be made on a surface. And so these are wood panels that are the size of a hockey net, a goal net. And she, wearing her skates, will slap shot. The pucks are covered in paint, and she will slap shot her work, and the traces are left from the pucks. And a really interesting thing that starts to happen is that it speaks to body strength, the impact that, how hard can you hit the puck to manifest the largest mark. And so there's something really interesting that starts to happen with strength and power that enters into the conversation of gender in this work. And a little note a side note, when you're in the gallery space seeing the work, do take note of the goalie references that Lis Platt does make. So the works are very much an homage to certain goalies. For example, Yager or hockey players, forward players who are in fact slap shooting. So there is an acknowledgement there to both her own art history, but also her sports history.
Well, and you know what? I think the other thing that even though there's obviously elements of criticism, there's also a huge, and what I think you convey is a huge love for the sport, definitely. And I love how this combination between, artist and player, that's quite remarkable, actually, the number of artists that you've selected that are both artists and hockey players. Thank you, Jacqueline. for the
Thank you.
wonderful exhibition and for your time here today.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking.
This exhibition is currently on display and will be running until the 5th of June. In the meantime, the exhibition is available for viewing through our virtual 360-degree tour, which you can find on the PAMA website, peelregion.ca/PAMA.